What's unique about Sauce Gardner other than his nickname?
Yeah. He's long. He's very rangy. A lot similar to number five we have in here. And he's a smart football player. He makes the plays when he's there, and you don't really. He doesn't mess up too often. He's extremely sound, and should be fun.
And the other guy, Reed, isn't as well known, but he has really good metrics.
Yeah,
what does
absolutely.
He do well?
And last year I think he had one of the best years statistically, or however they measure it, in the league. And same thing. I mean, he's a guy who's going to go 100%, 24/7. Again, same thing. Physical corner, fast, and again, they're very, very sound in what they do. Like you're not gonna catch them off guard too many times.
You obviously know Zach Wilson pretty well. Your just thoughts on what he's going through at this point?
Yeah, obviously I know him personally, and been keeping up with him through the year as well. And it's tough. It's the game of football, the ebbs and flows of it. And all that is obviously handled in house there. But I still talk to him. We still have a personal relationship.
What's it going to feel like pulling up to the stadium as a visitor?
It's going to be very familiar. Obviously the sideline won't be, but very familiar. Just being in MetLife again.
Anyone you're looking forward to seeing on the other side?
Honestly, all the guys that are still there. Again, you was there for 4 years. You keep a relationship with a lot of those guys, and so still close with a lot of them. So, seeing them all pregame is going to be fun.
Brax, how much texting is there this week, or is it radio silence until kickoff?
It's been radio silence so far, and I expect it to stay that way.
As we talked about, the team's been very cautious with the soft tissue injuries. This year, Mike has talked about that. Did you push to play last Sunday, or did you feel like, and clearly the team wants to protect all his injuries, or did you feel like it's best to give it more time?
Of course, I pushed to play. I wanted to play. And again, those decisions are a culmination of everybody involved. And so, that's something I guess we decided as a whole. But, of course, I pushed to play and wanted to.
Anything you can say about Friday? Or?
I think head coach answered that. Appreciate it.
Looking forward to the Hard Knocks debut?
Yeah, when is it? Is it this week?
Tonight.
Is it tonight? Wow. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it live, each week. Again, this is our life, our career, and it's definitely going to be cool to look back on. That the season's documented and everybody in this locker room, and hopefully, it ends up being a very special year. So I think the documentary side of it, looking back, is going to be cool. I don't know if I'll watch it week to week.
Have they sat down with you yet?
No, we have not. We've talked, but we haven't sat down.
How open do you feel you would be to sort of sharing personal stuff with us and HBO?
Yeah, I share. I think a good amount of personal stuff's already out there, so there's no real problem with that at all. In personal stuff, I don't mind. I think it's more so the team related stuff. The game planning stuff that's always tricky, and you always feel a little weird sharing. Status and stuff. It's just that's a little more in-house. But personally, we'll see when we sit down what they want to talk about. But yeah, I have no reservations about that from a personal side.
Have the cameras been around for any moments that made you say, okay, that's definitely going to make their cut?
Well, they're in our meeting rooms, so we see them move, and throughout the meeting. So they capture everything. Now, what makes it, we have no idea, which is kind of the cool part of the documentary. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm sure it'll be very entertaining. But I don't know when I'm personally gonna get around to watching it.
Of all the players on the entire offense, who's like sneaky funny? Like we would not know that this dude is actually like secret funny.
I mean, when you say funny, like Jalen Waddle comes to mind, but I think everybody knows that.
We don't see it that much.
Really? Yeah, he's one I would put up there with probably the funniest on the team. So we'll see if that gets highlighted.
Who's maybe acted up the most for the cameras? Does that happen?
No, I don't think so. I think we hold each other accountable in this locker room to not show out for the cameras.